And I believe we should be live. What up, YouTube? I'm here. I just wanted to do a random live. And, as I scratch my eye. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mm. All right. So, on tonight's Friday Night Live, I just got back home. When did I get home? Yesterday. Wow. Just got back home. I just moved. I went to St. Louis to go to the real estate auction, and I was planning on getting 10 properties. I was so hyped. You couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna get 10 properties. So I did my research. I had everything mapped out. I had my plans. I had I had spreadsheets. I had analysis. I had everything that you would want to have. Yeah, and I got wrap snacks in here. Everything that you would want to have for to be prepared for this this auction, right? You couldn't tell me. First, I only wanted 2 or 3 properties, but then my wife said, "Hey, we gotta get 10. We gotta at least get 10. Why go and get 2 or 3?" So she gassed me up, right? So I'm walking around like, oh man, I'm gonna get 10. First, it freaked me out, honestly. It was like 10. 10's a lot of properties. I don't know about getting 10. But then it planted the seed. I was like, yeah, you know what? I need to get 10. There's no way I should be sitting around here not having 10 properties on this thing. So I looked at the thing and the numbers were working out. So um, I figured out my game plan. I don't even have my notebook. I figured out my game plan. I had my spreadsheets. I had everything that's needed to happen. I get my plane. I'll even get a scrub hotel because I want to save money because I'm about to buy more properties. I can't be spending money on my embassy suites, right? That's my hotel choice, embassy suites. But so I was like, hey, so I get me a regular hotel. I'm there. I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. I get there a day early. I scout out all the properties because one thing you want to do on um, on getting properties at the auction is make sure the property is actually there. Because what'll happen is you will bid on a property, and that property will be burnt down. It'll be a pile of rubble. It'll be grass. It'll be a billboard. All kind of possibilities that could happen is what would happen in that situation. So I planned out. I got all the way, and then I had um, north side and south side properties, and I went to north side first. I want to hit all the north side. I was like, this is the time I'm about to take north. North is mine. This is the new north, right? Yeah, I'm about to take north. North is mine. So I go up north, and then I see the town. I'm seeing it hurt my heart because when you go to the north side of this city, they are literally trying to kill this part of town. And blocks, like you'll go down the street and it'll be like 10, 15 homes boarded up, and only like maybe 1 or 2 on the actual block that is, actually livable or still open. And the city is actively allowing blocks and blocks and blocks to go vacant so they can tear it down. So they're actively killing the side of town. But there's pockets in that part of town that are still good. So I was hoping to find some pockets. So I'm riding around. I'm looking at properties, and one of my friends is from the north, and so I'm on the phone with him. I'm like, I'm on this street, blah blah blah. What do you think? And he's like, oh, I know that street. I'm like, is it good? And he's like, no. Am I safe? He goes, no. So, but so I'm rolling, I'm gonna make some sounds here because I want to move that just a little bit to the side. So I'm rolling, I'm figuring it out, right? Then I leave north, and I have like I got a list of 32 to 35 properties. So this is what I'm saying because I'm getting 10. I'm getting 10. So I need to cast my net wide, wide and deep, right? So then I make the executive decision of like, yo, I don't need to get any of these north side properties. I don't want to do that. So let me focus on south side, right? Granted, south side is where our other properties are. People like to stay on the south side. I'm comfortable. So I have a strategy, got a team, I got everything in place to accommodate that. So whatever. But that's where more people want to be at anyway. So this is gonna go into the second part of it. So anyway, I'm just so I said, all right, I only got a few hours because the auction is the next morning. It's like a Tuesday morning. So Monday, I get there early in the morning, get my car, get my rental car. I'm riding around, right? So then um, I go down the south. I'm driving around. I'm looking at my properties. I'm marking off stuff. I'm like, yeah. I'm that creep riding in the neighborhood because some of these properties have people living in it. So I'm riding around the neighborhood. And I'm looking like, yeah. I'm gonna get that one. Oh, and then that one's vacant. Ooh, I want that one. Ooh, it is going down in my head. You can't tell me. So I get the nervous feeling, but I'm like, I'm about to get 10 of these joints. So um, I get to I go to sleep. I wake up extra early. I got I asked my friend if he wanted to go. My friend Joe was in. He scooped me up from the airport, and I was telling him what was going down. He said, "Yeah, I can't believe you can get home for these prices." And I was like, "Yeah, every day, all the time you can get it for this. You just gotta be there and know, and you gotta have cash, right?" So I said, "Do you want to go to the auction so you can see?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down." So uh, we pull up in the morning. It's raining. It's freezing. I just left from Texas, so I was at 106, 105, 100 plus degrees every single day. So I'm sitting here like I was not expecting to be freezing, rain, and cold. But the auction going on, I can't leave. What did I do? So, but then I get to the auction. There is tons of people. I'm like, if you go to an auction before, it's typically only about 20, 25. And that's a busy. That like when you got 20, 25 people in there, you like, yo, it's popping. Um, but anyway, so it's about 100, 120, 140 people in there. We are thick, 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 thick in this mix today. I'm like, oh snap. And then I'm like, cool. I got 30 to 35 properties. It's happening. Well, I'll cut it in half because I didn't want no north side. So now that's my one thing that is anyway. So what happened was um, the auction goes off, and my first I got a spreadsheet. I got my first page, my last page. I'm trying to figure out the numbers of what's happening here, right? So then uh, my numbers pop out. I'm like, okay, the first one pops up, and the first one on my list. And some of the properties were just like, if it's there, I'll get it. Not like, not anything specific, but if it's there, I'll grab me one of those. I was so, I was so, you know, I was so ambitious and cocky, a little cocky there. I like that. It was like, hey, you know, if it's there, I get one. So anyway, the first one come up. So I have my research. My research is telling me what's the ARV, the after repair value of properties are, right? The property goes for, and people were just bidding. I'm like, did they do their research? Because they are overpaying for these properties. And then that's when I knew. That's when I knew that, oh, it's one of those type of days. And people were overpaying left and right. Left and right. It might be backwards on the camera, so left and right. They were overpaying. And I'm like, okay, maybe that was just the fluke, you know? Maybe the first few ones, that's what they were overpaying with. Because maybe they knew something I didn't know, you know? And remember, this is on the north side. So they're overpaying for north side properties that I'm not even looking for anyway because I cut off my list. But if you overpaying for those, what happens when you go to the more desirable ones that everybody wants, right? Boy, we were sitting there, me and my friend were sitting there, and they were just like, this one guy paid $380,000. The property after after ARV 177. And that's if nothing is wrong with the property. Give me 1 second. That is if there, yeah. And that is if nothing needs to be done to the property. So the fact that they were paid 380, because you don't see the inside, so it could be completely demolished inside. You could have started from scratch, but just sight unseen and just being in the side of town, they were just killing it. And I was like, so oh, so anyway, then we got shut down because of the weather. The weather was bad, so it was windy. It was starting to rain. It was like about noon now, and the rain had started kicking up. And so they said, "Hey, we're gonna come back tomorrow for part due." Right. So that I was freezing because I only had a t-shirt and jeans on, and everybody else had jackets, and it was raining. So I was like, I'm just trying to get cold, you get a cold and get sick for some reason, I guess. So anyway, long story less long. Come back the next day, try to keep my head in it, but pretty much on my list, I probably have 6 properties left for the next day on my list because everybody was bin, or it was just removed from the list because people caught up and did what they needed to do. So then the next day, I wake up. I try to get back in the game because soon as I lost, I'm gonna tell you honestly. Soon as that first day came, I was like, "What did I do? Why am I here?" I had so much goals in ambition. Why am I here? I am just about to take L's. I just took the biggest L, and I'm gonna continue taking L's, right? So I was at 1. I was clinging for wins, right? So then I said, okay, we got some good food. We got some burgers at High Point or something like that. It was a good burger spot. I had some good burgers. We chat. I went back to the hotel. I was like, all right, tomorrow's gonna be different. But it was deep down in my head, I was like, it ain't gonna be. but I was focused. I was like, yeah. Tomorrow might be different. So tomorrow gonna be different. So what happened was next day I got up. I I didn't even call my friend because I didn't want him to come back to that day. I was like, I'm just gonna pull up myself. So I pull up to the next day event. Way less people. Now this was a normal one where it's about 20, 25. Yeah, it was normal. It was a normal auction time. And then he went on the other half of the list. But the only thing was left on my list for my spreadsheets and stuff was a property that was already X'd off. I X'd it off because I was like, I was just gonna get it because it was cheap, but I probably shouldn't get it. But I was like, hey, I could get it. So if I could get it, I should get it. But it was X'd off because we thought about it over and over. And we're like, out of all these properties, this would be a waste of some money. And then, so I call my wife and I was like, hey, this one property is still there. You think we should get it? And then so she's doing research, I'm doing research, and then we try and make it work. And then she goes, whatever you want to do. But right now, I'm at the point where I'm just trying to grasp on a win. I'm just trying to grab a win, just trying to grab a win. And then I felt that desperation there, and then the property came up, and then nobody bidded on it. And I was like, they felt like I felt. And then so I let it go. And immediately after I let it go, then I just started regretting. I was like, but now I don't have no wins. I have no wins. And so uh, I packed my stuff up. I said, okay, I'm going to lick my wounds, pack my stuff up. And I said, okay, for the rest of the day, I'm going to do some stuff that makes me happy. And, and so then I was like, oh, let me do this. But I immediately just like, I hit that wall and I was just feeling sad. And I said, and I was like, okay, let me figure out what I should do to keep me from this low point right now. So I'm driving around. I'm like, let me get some ice cream. Let me get some ice cream. Let me do this. Let me do that. And but luckily I was riding around town, and when I was riding around town, I did find some homes that were some good deals. I did what they call driving for dollars. I'm just looking around, scooping out properties that are not on lists. And so I'm about to next week on Monday hit these owners up and see if I can just buy it directly from them, because those people were overpaying. And I'm not about overpaying. All right. But anyway, thank you for chilling on my live tonight, Friday night live. Um, I just wanted to really have a great conversation. Thank you for tuning in. If you do, and if you watch the replay, let me know. I don't know what you should let me know, but let me know something. All right. Peace.